Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chem Lock League, and Tundra's not looking good here to start the season. However, after we lost the first 4 games of the year, we ended up turning around and winning the last 2. So, is that an upward swing? Are we back on track? Are we getting better? Or were those 2 wins flukes? I don't know, but this will tell us a lot as the next set of games we will be seeing to finish off the first half of the year are going to be a doubleheader against the Chompers, who are sitting at 5-1. So heading the Earth Division, this will be an interesting way to see whether we have a competitive team, which doesn't look like it, or whether this team is going to continue to struggle. The offense hasn't really done much this year. A lot of players that should be producing are not. That's not boding really well. Our pitching staff is not pitching well, pretty much from top to bottom. A lot of bullpen pitchers are getting overworked, and it's just getting really, really tough to watch. So, still recording this prior to us learning more about your feedback. I haven't gotten any of your feedback yet, as I'm recording a couple of games in advance, but I don't know what to do here. I will say, let's see, Case is a righty, so that means we're going to see the Colin Mad power versus righty trait activate here. Now we have a tense Port Guevara. We're going to leave him in. Royal Finley, I'm actually going to have take a seat. The question is, do I want to see... Yeah, I think for the easy answer here is just the one swap here from Finley to Black. I was thinking for a second maybe we'd put Pork at third and then move some players around, but it doesn't really make much sense, and Pork is 10, so we definitely don't want him at a secondary position. So, I don't know. Let's see how this goes, but I will keep this lineup as is. I'm curious to see how it plays out. So let's go ahead and just get to the ballpark, and we'll watch game 1 if we have enough time for game 2. If we leave this one early, then we can move on to game 2 and see if we can get them both on in the same episode, or if there's going to be a 2 different episode series here. So, oh God, I have been in a bit of a funk. I don't know if it's coming across in my commentary, but that loss in the playoffs against the Platypi has really, really frustrated me. And honestly, this series with the Tundras has been a pretty taxing one because it just doesn't feel like anything I've done has worked. We've had players struggling that are extremely talented. It doesn't seem to matter. We can't seem to get the right pieces. It just really has been a struggle with this series, and I do like to try and push through it and make it work, but it just doesn't seem like it's been a thing. So I did think of another idea of a potential solution at the end of the season as Colin Mad pushes one through the left side, a 1-out single. There's Wild Thrower activating. I want to hear your thoughts on this idea. I thought, why not just keep the same series, but let's pretend like the manager got fired and we're bringing in someone new, which requires the chemistry to be changed. And the way that I thought about doing this was I want to try this extreme challenge again with the 3 chemistries. Jeez, come on, jocks. Chases 3 pitches out of the zone and strikes out pretty quickly there. An ugly at-bat for Dennis, who has been doing decent for us since we brought him back in a couple of games back. So how about this for an idea? So if we decide to change things, as that's a grounder to end the inning, if we decide to shake things up, I could keep the same player pool, I could keep the same team, I could keep all of that. If we just do this like, hey, manager got reset or got fired, so the new guy coming in has new roles and plans for chemistry. Here's what I would want to do. First chance for Christian Black since he came in. I would for sure switch to Discipline and Scholarly at Tier 3. So those two are maxed out at Tier 3. No questions. Then it would be, what's the third chemistry that would be maxed out? I would just randomize or roll a die or whatever. The first three, so that's competitive, spirited, and crafty, as Callahan walks the second batter of the game. And whichever one gets chosen, that'll be the third chemistry that's maxed out. So I'm going to take the team as is, and it's going to be a transition as Callahan picks off the runner, a dirt throw to first, but Dennis is able to scoop it and now applies the tag for out number 2. So after the walk is able to respond quickly. So that would be what sets the chemistry. And then as we head into the next offseason, I would just decide as Henson strikes out. So an actually pretty solid first inning for Callahan. So we get through the first, it's a 1-1 or nothing ball game. I would essentially just make all of my changes in the offseason. So a lot of the team would have to overturn. Probably just a few players that have the chemistry of the third option that we would randomize. And the rest of the team would just be replaced. And this way we can keep some players. Like Zeke Price. We could keep him if we're getting tier 3 fastball hitter. That could change things for him as he works a walk. And he'll be at first base with nobody out for Porquavara, who's tense. And if we were to roll like Spirited at tier 3, then him at tier 3 clutch and tier 3 fastball hitter would actually be elite. So that could be really fun. So I'm just mulling it over, but that could be an option. This way we keep the players in this league, we keep the history, and we don't have to reset anything. So all of the, wow, what an ugly swing from Pork. He's really dealing with a sophomore slump early in the year. We'll see what Shoei can do with a runner on first, batting 200 with 1 home run this season. Just got a contact boost in the during the last video. So I think that could be one viable solution. We'd keep the history of the league and everything like that, players, and we could just kind of shift the roster a little bit. I think that would force my hand to bring in some new players that we haven't gotten a chance to experience before. Shoei chases a pitch out of the zone and strikes out. He loses mojo down to tense. So let me know what you think about that idea. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I'm not sure I could just keep this and stick through it until we finally find some success. As this one gets knocked down by Porchetto, he's not able to make the play, and that allows the infield single. I don't think that's an error. It's not. Baldwin comes through with 2 on and 2 out. Christian Black will come up. First pitch swinging. This is the first at-bat of the year in Game 7. And a big spot against the Chompers, one of our biggest rivals in the division. And wow, gets a pitch right down the middle and just swings right over the top of it. Barnett's been pitching really well this season. He has allowed 3 base runners in the first 2 innings, so there is a little bit of hope that our offense can figure something out. But so far, not so good for the Tundras, who have been struggling all year long. Callahan, with a 6.35 ERA so far this season, has not done what we were hoping we'd get out of him since we brought him in. He's had 2... Actually, this will be his second start. First one did not look great. He gets a strikeout here. I think that's his 3rd of the game so far. No, second one. So 1 out. Joshua Splits comes up. Solid hitter at first base, but he's tense today. And he's having a slow start to the season as well with a 1.11 average. No home runs, no RBIs. Diving play from Jacques Dennis, showing that the veteran still has something left in the tank. He's like 38 years old, and he has been still showing a little bit of talent from time to time. A slow roller to third, easy play for Christian Black, and that's another 1-2-3. Oh, I guess, yeah, technically a 1-2-3 inning. All right, top of the third we go. The leadoff hitter Chandler Bass, who flew out in his first at-bat. He's still locked in, though. Barnett gets a grounder right back to him, an easy play for out number 1, and he's going to get his mojo back.
Number 24, Colin Mann.
Was thinking about maybe making some roster moves, but I think I'm going to hold off until the halfway point at the very earliest. Start making too many drastic changes. At that point, if we're doing it, we are going to probably be heading into tank mode. As Colin Mad sends one to deep left field. This one's got a chance, and it's out of here. Into the frozen tundra of the corral as Colin Mad gets his first career home run, 377. We'll see if we can get that ball back from a fan. I don't know if they'll be willing to give that one up, even for a bat, but I don't even know if the corral would offer the courtesy there. But a big home run to give us a lead for the first time in a minute, and that's the first run allowed for Case Barnett this year. The number 3 starter had a great first start of his season, and it's been looking good early on. We'll see what Jacques Dennis can do. He struck out. I think he struck out. This time he grounds to short. Daniels to splits out number 2. Huff comes up 0 for 1. Colin Mann has probably been the best hitter on the team this year. He's definitely been the most consistent for us, and that's really nice to see, but definitely expected more out of some of the other players on this team. As we saw today, just really, really tough to watch everyone in this lineup stand at the plate. Except for Huff, just trying to make me eat my own words here as he sends it to the left center field corner. Rasmussen just getting to it now, and Huff will hold up at second base. That's a 2-out double. And after the home run earlier this inning, the Tundras may have something cooking here. Zeke Price with a walk in his first plate appearance. He has 3 RBIs in the season. That was the pitch to swing at there. The slider misses low. 1-1. And Zeke pops up to the pitcher. That'll end the inning. The Huff double means nothing as he's stranded on second base. But 1 run scores on the Colin Mad home run, the solo shot. Gives us a lead. Now, can Callahan hold on to it? First at-bat in this inning is going to be Porchetto. Porchetto coming into his own in this league. He's definitely a great defender. The hitting is starting to get better as you see him slap one right past the diving Guevara into center field for a leadoff single. Now, Callahan allowed a walk in the first and then immediately turned around and picked off the runner. Porchetto has great speed. Will he fall victim to the pickoff attempt? First pitch swinging from Lupine is foul. Strike 2 called on the corner. Callahan's locked in. Tough out activated at tier 1 for McDowell, who's batting 400. He fouls it off the fence. Runner takes off, and a hit and run will succeed. You saw Shoei running towards the bag and having to try and adjust. That was going way over his glove anyway. And with Porchetto's speed, even a base hit right to Zeke Price, one of the best defenders in the league, is still going to allow him to advance to third. And with nobody out, 2 in the corners, and the infield will come in. Lofted into shallow center field, and for some reason they let Mad call this one. Runner tagging from third will score. Zeke Price was absolutely the one that should have taken that one. I don't know if it mattered, but that's going to be a sacrifice fly to tie this ball game. And Daniels will come up with tier 2 easy target. Callahan back to neutral. 1 out with a runner on first. A double play would end the inning. And a ground ball past the diving Jacques Dennis with another runner on. Ugh. Callahan can't hold on. As Søren Tedson comes up, he is locked in with a walk. High pressure already. Runners on first and second. Again, 1 out. And getting a curveball courtesy strike there. And a base hit to right center. That's going to roll to the wall. Colin Mad getting to it, tossing it into the cutoff man. 1 run scores. Another holds at third. If this inning gets out of hand for us, which it already has, I'm going to call it quits and move to game 2. Don't really want to stick around. It's already 2-1. Great speed on the base paths. Henson with a base hit probably scores, Henson with a base hit probably scores 2 here. Still only 1 out. 1-2 count. And Henson's going to foul that one off, staying in the count 1-2. Callahan misses high and away. Henson just checks his swing there and gets the strikeout. So one out away from bailing himself out of a jam he's gotten himself into. But one of the better hitters on this team, Edison Fair, will come up with tier 3 outside pitch. And a base hit right up the box. Rounding third and heading home. There is going to be a play at the plate. Zeke Price. Oh my God! Misplay from base at the catching position, and that's going to allow the second runner. Way ahead of the player of the runner was Zeke Price on that throw, but it doesn't end up working out. And I'm not going to watch our offense struggle to try and fight back in this one. We're down 4-1. We'll see if we can. Yeah, we lose 4-1, so it ends up being the right call to give up early on this one. We'll quick sim to the next game. I think this season might be over. Wankerstein with a chance to gain clutch. We're buying that one. Malia Hooper with tier 3 rally stopper could be an interesting option depending on her chemistry. Let's see what happens since that game ended. Kanan Carson, we're not going to do that experiment again. Everett Callahan with a chance to gain compose, we won't do that. Callahan also loses 10 velocity, so bad regression there. He's now a B-. So he was a very bad. Our whole starting rotation is falling apart. Tenley Knight gained meltdown. Now, that's not the worst trait in the world, but it's not good. And we can't control it. She's a starter, which means that she's going to have to tough it out. It's at tier 1, which isn't that terrible, but Tenley is regressing hard. Let's take a look at Malia Hooper and see what's going on there. And then with Gabriel Wankerstein there, we're going to do his player development. I don't know if I want to watch game 2 with Tenley Knight out there. Don't want to do this one for Ellen Booth. We don't want to risk getting her falls behind. No, yes. It's a shame that's velocity and not accuracy. Yeah, I'm not going to do these other ones. I'm just going to do this one. I'll wait one game because we don't need it now anyways. Would be really awesome if we could gain clutch on Wankerstein here. He has been one of my favorite players. The way he's developed has been pretty fun to watch. Let's see this Hooper player. Oh, there she is. She's disciplined. Yep, so we can't go with her either, which is a shame. Because I was thinking we could bring her in and then just push Mustard into the into the starting rotation. We could probably play with the chemistry a little bit there to make it work, but she's disciplined. We won't be able to do that. And we're not going to get rid of Dennis Shoei just yet. I don't know what to do. What's the schedule look like? We have this game against the Chompers, then we have the Rakers and the Heaters. Might sim through a couple of games just to see if anything changes. So we're gonna skip this next one against the Chompers. Let's just go ahead and start progressing through this season. Until we start to get at 2 or close to 500, I don't think I want to watch a game. So let's set the lineup for this game against the Chompers and we'll sim it. I think based on that misplay, I am going to give Bridges the start here today. Black is tense, which means we'll go back to Finley there. Shoei is tense, Guevara is tense. We just can't win with anybody here. I'm going to go one more game, and then I'm probably going to start making some moves. We have older players that they won't be sticking around if they keep struggling like this. Let's go Mad leading off. Let's move Zeke Price back to the number 2 spot. Huff at 3, then Dennis at 4. Baldwin's still locked in, so let's put him at 5. And Bridges will move down to the 9 spot. I'll leave the rest as is here. Out of curiosity, Colin Mad hit his home run. Ruben Baldwin already had a home run. Zeke Price didn't do much at all there. I think he maybe had gotten a second hit there, but not much else going on. Colin Mad definitely the MVP of the team right now, and there's no one even close. See, Callahan's day got worse. Oh yeah, nobody scored there, so probably ERA's going down like Quincy healthy. Mustard doesn't look great. Wong's been pitching a few games here too. Ellen Booth is having a really rough season. That's just insane. All right, let's go ahead and sim this one. Go down 6-1. We battle back a little bit. We lose 8-5. Colin Mad's still producing there, but I think Pork's still, 208 with no home runs yet at the halfway point in the season. We're giving the loyalty to Wankerstein here. And I don't even have to look. I'm gonna give this to Colin Mad. I'll drop Corona. All right. Sim to our next game, which is against the Rakers, who are one game ahead of us. We're 2-6. This is so frustrating. All right, since the game ended, Horst loses 4 accuracy, so he's regressing. Connor McVittles with a development opportunity here. Kenley Knight, same thing. And Nero Wrestles, who was a guy we were looking at, gets dropped, or gets brought in by the Colossus. We're not going to do that. And then Jacques Dennis loses power, so he's regressing. It's so frustrating. All right. So I'm going to start making some moves here. We're going to be getting rid of some players that we like. First off, and I'll tinker with this. I guess I should talk through it before I start making any changes. I'm going to bring in Patrick Beal because he's cheap and we want like good catchers behind the plate. So if we do, this is a funny song to come on right now. I'm going to just do a 1-for-1 for Chandler base to get rid of Patrick Beal here. We're going to make that move. We're going to save a lot of money, and we'll have 2 legitimate catchers on the team. I'm fine with that. So goodbye, Chandler base. You did not work out for us. Next, let's take a look at, I guess, anybody that's young. So Alvin Esparza is disciplined, so that's a no-go. Mark McKenzie we could bring back in. He's 23. We could get him a couple of starts. The controversial move here, we're not going to get rid of Pork. We could get rid of Royce, because at this point it doesn't even matter. I don't think we need to make this move right now, and it doesn't matter if we're getting a younger player. It's not like we're going to develop Mark McKenzie anyway. Amos is available again. We could look to bring him back. We're not going to, though. All right, let's get back to this way then. I was thinking we could bring Demi Trampelson back, and who could we get rid of for her? We could just drop Graham Huff. He's 31. I kind of want to keep him around, though. I guess it doesn't matter. Can only play right field. Okay. I'll do this one. That saves $3.5 million there. And the starting rotation, and Swingin's here. I'll wait there to make that move. We have a bunch of oldies here. Rake Stout is 27. Spirited, and Jacques is Spirited. Do we just bail on Jacques again? Yeah, this season is shot, so I'm going to do some development. We'll see what I want to do at the end of the year, but let's make this move here. Jacques is regressing anyway, so there's no point in keeping him around. I was looking at getting Curly in here. He's cheap. And he does have bad ball hitter, so it actually might hold up well for us. But the problem is Royal Finley is spirited, so we couldn't do Curly. Could do Whitaker. That wouldn't make any sense. We could do Kane and Carson again, but he is well above his price right now. Could do Brecken Leach and have Guevara stay at third base. If I were to move in Curly for Carson, that's spirited for competitive. So we would lose a spirited. We have an extra competitive. If we do that, extra competitive players, we have Colin Mad, we have Anya Corona, and then we have Mustard, Booth, and Healthy. I'm going to keep Ellen Booth and Quincy healthy. Do we look to get rid of... You've been a failed decision for us. He's been so good his whole Forester's career, and then with K Collector at tier 3, he can't get anything done. If we were to do this move for spirited pitcher, we have Braylon Jackman.
We're enjoying listener-supported radio.
Or we could just do this one here for Les Christensen with tier 3's Rally Stopper.
My voice.
I'm cool with doing that. So we would do this, and then we could do the move for Royal Finley. So, yeah, I'm really blowing it up, and I'm so sorry, everyone. I am so devastated. All right, is this enough? I think this is probably fine for right now. The team looks pretty rough. Actually, let's get rid of Callahan here. He's competitive. Oh, I didn't even think about making that move here. Let's bring back Steve Richard. Why not? He's a journeyman that just keeps making his way back to the team. And let's see, anyone available to replace Tenley Knight is now that she has gained that negative trait. Nope, no options there. Unless we were to make an alternative move to go along with it. We could bring in Wally Bailey to replace McBiddles. But at this point, he's 24. I'm fine with sticking with the McBiddles, excuse me. If we get rid of Tenley Knight, we need to get a crafty player brought in. Who would we get rid of Knight for? Next you. Could do this one. It's either you, Bailey, or Velasquez, which they're all negative traits. Velasquez is 31, Bailey's 29, Yu's 32. So this is the one I'm leaning towards. If we were to go this route, Bailey's well below price too there. So if we were to go that route, we need to get rid of a spirited player and bring in a crafty player. What are our options? Christian Black, Rake Stout. We could do Madison Middleman here. Or Tamari Morse we can bring back. You know what? I'm fine with Middleman here. I think that's a better option for us. Contact gets a little bit... Yeah, this is a better player overall, so we're going to spend a little bit more there, but at this point we've saved so much money. So let's do this one so we can get rid of Tenley Knight. So Middleman comes in, and then we are going to get rid of Tenley, and we're going to bring in Wally Bailey here, and that should, even things back out. Now, I know we didn't get rid of Shoei or Guevara or Mad or Price or Booth or Wankerstein. I'm going to still stick with some of these younger players and fight it out. Shoei is still talented enough that, I don't know, I kind of just don't feel right about getting rid of him, but he'd probably be the next one on the list of players to dump. Yeah, 3 hits so far, batting 158. He's just been so bad for... Yeah. Anyways. All right, so next game is... before we do that, Now that we have a little bit more breathing room, we can make more decisions when it comes to development. So we'll start with this one for Wankerstein. So this is velocity with a chance for more velocity and chance for clutch. Oh, he gets the bonus velocity, which I think is maxed out now. Yep, at 99. He doesn't get the clutch. I wish those two would have flip-flopped, but it's something. 99 velocity now. I think it's fine that we do this one for Connor. But are there other options? No, everybody else is gone now. So let's do this one for Connor. He doesn't get any bonus junk or the extra pitch there. And that's, I guess, fine. One junk, one velocity. Or, yeah, one accuracy, excuse me. Let's go ahead and set the lineup for this game. Team looks way different now. I'm going to lead things off with Price. Then let's just, you know, screw around a little bit here. Actually, I'm going to lead off with Trampleson. Then Price, then Mad. Let's put Curly in the 4 spot, then Guevara, then Middleman, and then actually Baldwin can go ahead of Middleman, and then Patrick Beal. All right, so that's your lineup. You don't deserve to wear the nice uniforms anymore, so we're going to give you the originals. Let's simulate this game. Worry Costa versus Gabe Wankerstein. 4.05 ERA before this game. We take a 2-0 lead and we win. Of course we do. So we beat the Rakers. We tie with them in the what do you call it? Record. Just going to go with the older player there. Neither of them are core pieces for the future. We'll sim ahead. We do bump up to the number 3 spot in the division, but we're 5.5 games back, and there's a wild card spot that we could even consider right now. Oh, look who it is. It's Tate Nash. Remember that failed experiment? Actually, I want to see before we go any further. Wankerstein just lost 2 accuracy. That sucks. Quincy healthy with development. I'll probably do that one. Baldwin can now play the whole infield. He might be our third baseman now. We could move Mad back over to left field, and then we can put Trampleson in right. That could be interesting. And then we don't have to start Curly. Richard with development, no thanks. And Brock Rossi, who we know we can't bring in. Just got dropped. Middleman, no. Christensen, no. Swing has just gained 1 contact. No, thank you. Get Wrecked goes to the Swordfish. Good luck to you, man. Raiden Coleman, who we formerly had on the team, just got dropped. Zeke with a chance to gain contact, so it's a good thing we are making a bunch of money now that we can actually spend on this. I'd like to do this one for Port Guevara as well. The chance at contact versus lefties would be wonderful for him. So let's go ahead and actually, before I want to do that, team stats, just want to check. Thank you, Gabriel. So he had a game where he did not allow an earned run. His ERA drops down to 2.25. Quincy Healthy has been pitching incredibly well, and Ezra Wong's been pitching well. Ellen Booth is catching back up, but she's still struggling. But that's really nice to see Wankerstein back to a 2.25 ERA. We have still not gotten any home runs. A sac fly from Price. We have another RBI from Mad, but this is making me mad. Port's getting a few more hits here, but still not looking great. Boy, this team looks rough. Pork struck out 8 times already. I didn't even remember to check the halfway point to see league leaders, but we'll look at that in a second. I don't even want to really look at it. We'll wait a game on this one for Quincy before we do that. No for Christensen. I know I could wait on this one for Zeke, but I'm just going to pay for it now. I want his contact boost as quickly as possible. It's funny that his speed is his lowest attribute, and it's going to get another hit. No bonus contact there, unfortunately, but he goes up to 88 contact, 74 speed. And then this one for Pork, we're going to do this one right away as well. Getting that contact versus lefty trait would be ideal. Would rather him get contact versus righties, or tough out would actually be better. He needs it after all of his strikeouts. He doesn't get the bonus, so just a little extra arm boost. And we're going to wait on this one for Quincy because we can't afford it anyways. And And I don't think there was anybody we were looking at getting brought in from that. Yeah, no. All right. Let's check league leaders quickly. I'm checking the time as well. Okay, we're at the halfway point. So we'll probably get a little bit farther into this season before we stop. All right. Oh, look who's number 1. Luke Resplendent. God. It hurts so much to see all our former players. And remember when I said during the offseason I thought about Israel Cameron, but he's just not talented enough. His speed and his contact screw with his numbers. And look at his top tier season. 3 stolen bases as well. God, I can't stand it. Every decision we make is the wrong one. Colin Mad with the 407 average is nice to see. Nobody in the percentages. At least Guevara's not in the strikeouts. Pitching-wise, Quincy with a .93 ERA is the best that's been allowed. 2 saves for Quincy. He's having a really solid year. And no walks allowed. The strikeouts per walk at 8 is pretty solid as well. So Quincy really the only one showing up for the team. Colin Mad as well. Let's go ahead and set the lineup for this one. We're going to send through it as well. A curiosity, and McBiddle's at a 6.14 ERA. Oh wait, I wanted to set the lineup a little bit more uniquely. Yeah, because I don't want Curly in the leadoff spot. Although I think they're doing that for the rally starter trade. It's not worth it. Everybody's at neutral mojo, which is nice. So they want Matt at DH. I'm going to move him to left field. I'm going to actually put Curly on the bench. We'll put actually, he might DH. Baldwin at third base. I like that. Cannon arm at third. Trampleson in right. Matt in left. Zeke in center. Okay, so the outfield looks really solid defensively. Third base looks good. Pork's finest short. Yeah, this team defensively looks pretty good. Now let's see what we can do offensively. So I will do Zeke leading off, Colin Mad number 2. Oh, actually, I wanted Demi Trampleson in the leadoff spot again. I'll give you another try here, Pork, but has not looked good for you for a little while. Okay, and I am going to go into this game just to save the changes, and then we'll dip out really quick. Red Rock Park, Tate Nash on the mound. I really hope we can beat him up. I hope that Connor McBiddles has a decent day. We'll see.
The stands are filling up here.
All right, simulating. How do we do against the Heaters? That's our last game against the Fire Division this year. And we're going to get beat up. So we lose to the Heaters. I guess that's not a surprise. I'll give the loyalty to Pork just because he is the more talented player and he's younger. Drop Christensen here. Probably not a core piece for the future. And then I have to go with Big Fiddles for the drop in loyalty here. All right, sim ahead to our next game. Yeah, let me know what you think we should do at the end of this year because it's not going to be a competitive team this year, unfortunately. Okay, so since the game ended, holy moly, a lot of things going on here. Okay, so development for Patrick Beal, he's 28. Don't think that's a great idea, but I'll consider it. The regression for Trampleson for power, that's not really her game anyways. TD Coke gets dropped. +5 arm for Shoei. Zeke Dickerson gets dropped. He's interesting, but 29 accuracy is concerning. Nubs Rums gets dropped. No, thank you. Yusuf Brady, probably not interested. He's 34 as well. And then we have Alex Doherty, former. That's actually a Cy Young winner and MVP back in season 3 when she was a rookie. So we might actually look to bring her in. She's 36 though, so that sucks. Plus it would be a tier 1 trait. Doyle Grayweather gets dropped. 23-year-old second baseman. Could be an option for Howell with contact versus lefties. Plus 20 is pretty interesting. Now everybody gets brought in. So Dylan Brandt gets brought in for Piper Gentry. Piper with reverse splits. Walk prone sucks, but reverse splits is interesting. Tiago Lowe gets dropped by the Colossus. We have a bunch of players that we could consider, although Tiago is only for offense, and I don't think I want to make that move. Development for Bailey, and then Smash Jimenez is 29. Tier 3 Mind Gamer would be interesting. Right field, we could look at getting him. So let me go to a couple of stars here. So we were looking at... I don't think I'm interested in Tiago Lowe. I think Doyle Grayweather... Oh, he's disciplined. I guess I'll put a star on him. If we decide we're going to get rid of Shoei, Doyle could come in his place. Tiago, no thank you. More like Tiago, no. Thanks. Sorry about that. I need something as a positive. Okay, Smash Jimenez is disciplined, so we can't consider him. He's not having a great year. All right. Let's see. Alex Doherty is disciplined, so we couldn't consider her. Either Dickerson, ineptitude, probably not. Then Piper Gentry is disciplined. Righty with reverse splits against lefties, and then has walk prone. Okay. So no luck there. All right, we can't make a lot of moves. Looking at development, we have this one for healthy. We're going to do that one.
Watch out for overpasses, buddy. Thanks for sticking your neck out.
I'm not going to do this one for Beal.
Here's a track for your flee for freedom.
Maybe I will. I'll wait. Think about it. And that's it. So let's do this one for Quincy. It's going to lose a little bit of junk, but gaining the accuracy is good. And again, a lot of this gets offset with the rally stopper and clutch anyway. And he gets a bonus accuracy, so it's worth it. Plus 8 to 78. Really, he has become one of our most reliable pitchers. Rough start to his career with us. And I'll wait on this one for next game anyways, but I don't know if I want to spend that money on him. He's not somebody I want to keep around. How many games do we have left on the schedule? We have 6 games. I might just sit 2, and then we'll leave the second half to or the last quarter of the season we'll leave to the next video. And I want to I'll wait to record that one to hear your feedback on what you think we should do. As I'm recording this, it's the Monday of the home opener that just dropped video. So by next Monday, the following Monday, this video will be out. So I'll probably wait until I hear your feedback from this one in the previous video to see where you all are thinking we should be sitting. So we'll check and see if the team has made any progress offensively. So still, we can't hit a home run to save our lives. Price is up to a 296 average. He only got 1 hit in that last game, I think. Collins still ripping the cover off the ball. He has been a good decision, but it just seems like every player we get, their rookie season is solid, and then their following year is awful. Like Pork, 241 average. He has 7 hits, only 2 extra base hits, so his slugging is 310, which is embarrassing. Shoei has been awful, a 208 average there. Curley still can't hit the ball. Middleman's been fine. Baldwin solid in left field with 7 hits, 1 home run. But that's the only extra base hit he's had. And yeah. Oops. Pitching wise, McBiddle's getting worse. Wong hasn't pitched yet again. Booth, she gave up another run, I believe. Her ERA just went up again. Quincy Healthy's is continuing to go down. He's pitched in 8 of, I think, 9 games. 10 games, which is really crazy. All right, let's go ahead and just set the lineup here. Pork's still tense. Can't get away from it. I'm going to leave the lineup as is. Let's just go ahead and sim this one. If it changes, it changes. We lose 3-1. Price with an RBI double. We're 3-8. This season's over. We'll drop Trampleson. I'll drop Richard here. Maybe I'll go a little bit farther. I don't know. What do we got here? 45. Yeah, we could probably just finish the video here in just a second. Ellen Booth is juiced. Zeke is locked in. He still has not hit another home run. Bridges just gained 5 fielding, which is solid. Trampleson. Ooh, see, that's interesting for her. Contact versus righties would be huge. Agnes Lowe is dropped. Don't really see her being value. Clock with stimulated. I guess that's fine. And then Nova Conley, I think, is disciplined or scholarly, one of the two. So cool. Connor gains contact. Doesn't need that. Brew Buckley with a chance to gain Rally Stopper. I'll do that one for him. And then Matthew Barnstormer with Pinch Perfect and Sign Stealer. Traits we don't really like. All right, Ben Curley, -5 speed. Huh. All right, let's look at development here. Trampleson, fielding, and chance for contact versus righties. I would put her at 75 contact when she's at normal mojo. I kind of want to do this one for her. I probably won't do this one for Beal. I don't think he's a part of... Actually, he would be a really nice backup catcher on this team if we have a good starter. And we definitely want to do this one for Buckley, but I'll wait on that because he's got 2 more games. So I'm going to do this one for Demi. She does not gain contact versus righties, and I'll find it. I'll just do this one for Beal. He gets the bonus 8 contact, so that was really big, actually. He's now a C+, and with clutch activated, he looks a lot better. He's a really good defender behind the plate. With clutch, he's really nice. He's a cheap, affordable option as a backup catcher. We'll wait on this one for Buckley. All right. Interesting options there. Conley's disciplined. Yep, so she's not an option. She would look so good on the Tundras if we could bring her in. She could be... So this is actually interesting. We could bring her in and get rid of Dennis Shoei. We have to wait a little bit anyways, but you know what? I will put a star on her for that. Because why not? And the rest of these options are no good. So McRivens is 33, so I probably won't bring him in. Barnstormer's disciplined, so yeah, that's not a good option, and I don't like his traits there. Okay. Last game that we're going to simulate, game 12 of the season. Like everybody's tense. I'm just gonna set the suggested lineup and use that. And let's go ahead and simulate against the Rakers, who are 4-7. Take an easy lead or an early lead on a Porcovara home run. We give up the lead and then we battle back and get the win. So 5-4 victory there. We're gonna drop Dennis Shoei. That would be a lot harder if they were playing. See, this is unfair. He's still playing really well. 14 hits so far is really crazy. Wankerstein's pitching really well. This is an unfair decision. This game sucks sometimes. I'll do Mad. No, I'm going to do Wankerstein. That was a tough decision, but I hope I can get it back for him. Drop Curly here. Okay. And before the video ends, I will just do another quick recap. So Quincy just lost velocity. That's annoying. And Dante Degas dropped again. +9 fielding for McBiddle, so he just keeps gaining stuff that he doesn't need. Zeke with more contact, so we'll do that one for him. -8 contact for Middleman there. Doesn't matter. Baldwin, we probably won't do that one. K Collector for Noah Chernley. K Collector, interesting. She's 33. I'm not going to do it. Kinsey Salgado, another closer. And then a chance to gain clutch for Ezra Wong. Another really interesting. I'm excited that we dropped some money so that we could make these decisions. We'll spend the money on Zeke every time we get the chance, so let's go ahead and do that. No bonus there. And I will do this one for Brew and this one for Ezra Wong. So let's just do those now. No bonuses, unfortunately. He's now a C, but only the 2 accuracy. And then no bonus for Wong either. Clutch and stimulated would be... he would be so good in the late games. That'd be crazy. And the rest I will not do. So, what's the team doing stat-wise? So Dennis Shoei having an awful season. I probably need to just cut ties with him and get out of here. Ben Curley's been useless since we brought him in. We could probably go with a cheaper option there, especially since Baldwin's more likely to stay at third base now anyways. Price has been disappointing. 11 total bases is on par with Shoei. This is a better average along the way. Which is really frustrating. Colin Mad still looking good. Pork Guevara, his home run just saved his year so far. He's now up to 1 home run and 4 RBIs, but it's still rough to see, and 10 strikeouts with it. Baldwin's been pretty solid. Middleman's actually been really good. And Bridges, I guess, is fine. Pitching-wise, Wankerstein's looking great after 3 starts. McBiddles is looking awful. Richard looks bad. Wally Bailey looks bad. Wong still hasn't pitched after those 3 games. Ellen Booth has looked, I guess, she's still giving up runs. And Quincy Healthy just keeps staying elite. 10 out of 12 games he's pitched in, and he has a .66 ERA and a .95 WHIP. He actually could be in the top 10 at this point. I don't know if he's at... Yeah, he is at number 6. That is not something I expected to see, but that's kind of fun. Resplendent's still in the top spot. Another name, Colorado Bozak, is in the number 7 spot. So the 2 pitchers that we had on our team to start this franchise are in the top 10. And Iceman Grubb's a guy that I know I should have gotten him back when he was available, is in the number 9 spot. Anything else of note? Allen at a 400 average is tied for 3rd. No one for home runs. Grubbs is leading the league. Same with RBIs. Baldwin at the 448 on base percentage is impressive. 14 hits for Mad is tied for 4th. No extra base hits in this category for us. And then Colin with 3 stolen bases, actually, which is interesting. And then caught stealing twice for Zeke, Price, and Baldwin there. Quincy Healthy with a .66 ERA, just behind Zara Homebrew. And then you have those 3, including Holden Stiff Bottom, with not allowed an earned run yet. Oh, boy, does it feel bad. I will say this. For as much as that's frustrating to see, and yes, I know I made the wrong move there. Horse Mustard, I thought, was going to do better. I thought with the righty and the lefty, I thought he was going to pitch as good, if not better, as Holden Stiff Bottom, but I know when I made a mistake. Anyways, the only good news is the rest of the team was so bad that it's not the move to mustard that was the difference that caused us to do bad. But it is unfortunate to see. And Quincy has yet to allow a walk either. 13 strikeout to walk ratio. All right, so we are sitting at 4-8. We are 2 games back. I guess we're only 2 games back of the wild card, which is honestly pretty wild in itself. We have a -18 run differential, though. I just don't think this team has anything left in the tank. And I don't even want us to sneak into the playoffs because we're going to look like shit once we get there. So we are going to end the video there. We have 4 games left. I know I split the doubleheader here, but I don't really care at this point. So it's Rakers, Foresters, Chompers to end the series, or the end of the season. And then we head into the All-Star game and then the playoffs, which we'll be simming through. But I don't know what I want to do with this team. I don't want to necessarily give up, but I really want to hear your thoughts. So everyone, if you're made it to this point in the video, give me the crying emoji, any of those crying emojis, just to help me realize how bad the season has become. And then let me know if you have any thoughts or ideas for what you think we should do with the Tundras. Do we push the reset button completely? Do I get rid of everything? Do I come up with something new? Do I use that idea that I talked about earlier in the video where I switch to a new manager that runs extreme chemistry, but with 3 different chemistries, that being disciplined, scholarly, and then randomly one of the other 3, and then just keep working with this team as it is, just to try and figure out a new strategy with the Tundras. We need to get them a championship. I can't give up on them already. And honestly, the more I think about it, it would just be so fun if we went to maybe tier 3 spirited with disciplined and scholarly, and then bringing back Zeke Price. Then he becomes potentially all-star worthy every year. Ellen Booth probably would be just that one extra player. Probably Quincy Healthy at that point would be our one extra player in that competitive category. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. I appreciate all of you. Please, I know these haven't been fun, but if you are enjoying the content in general, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And again, any thoughts, feedback, constructive criticism, anything you can think of, go ahead and share that in the comment section. I appreciate any and all engagement, and I do want to hear what you think we could do to make this a much more excitable series. I'm sure that some of you who have been following since the beginning are probably just as frustrated about this team as I am, and I don't know what to do from here. So love your feedback, but thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.